somebody said, "You're doing satsang." And I said, "What's satsang?" They said, "Well, you know what you're doing." I said, "Well, I know what I'm doing, but I'm not sure I know what satsang is." So I discovered this word, satsang, association with truth. And since so many people coming to see me, you seem to know what it meant, what it was all about. I started to use it. I like association with truth because it really points to what self-realization, what enlightenment is really all about. It's association with truth, period. Truth that is, right now. So if it's the truth that is, the truth of your being that is now. Not the truth of your being that could be tomorrow, if you get your spiritual act together, if you perfect your meditative technique, if you learn to say your mantra unendingly during your sleep, and all the rest. All of these practices may be helpful for some, they may not be helpful for others, but the truth is that which is right now, the truth that is now. The truth that always is, eternally present. Eternally means it's as available here as any other moment. If you had a beautiful moment in meditation 5 years ago, or at a retreat, or as you were stepping out of the bathtub, and you had some beautiful spiritual moment, and this moment is more mundane, or yesterday was mundane, or tomorrow will be a mundane, that the truth is what is eternally and constantly present through all experiences, through the highest of spiritual ecstasies, right down to the most miserable experiences. The truth is always constantly present. The you that always is. When you start to realize the truth that always is, you start to realize you don't have to change your state, your emotional state, your intellectual state, your feeling state. You don't have to change your state to get to the truth. Because the truth is what always is. It doesn't matter if your state changes. We could all go into a mass state of unity consciousness. Why not? Just give it a try. And then we could all come down from that state of unity consciousness. But the truth would be that which was present before unity consciousness, during unity consciousness, and after unity consciousness. That's the truth. Not any of the risings and fallings of experience. So this sort of way of defining truth, which is what self-realization, enlightenment is really all about. What's eternally present? What's the bottom line? What's the you that's not changing? And to realize the you who's not changing, we have to first let what changes change. Everything you could perceive changes. Have you noticed? Everything you could perceive changes. Everything changes. By being here in this room together, certain experiences will change. Just simply because we are gathered together, the sense of presence will become more noticeable over the evening. So that experience will change. It might deepen, richen, broaden. That may be an avenue through which you can peek through to realize the truth. When you leave here and walk down the driveway, that experience may not be the same. The truth will be the same, though. What you are will be the same. How many people in here have tried to get their experience to be a particular way all the time? Yes, yeah, we've all been down the road, okay, right? So we call this preaching to the choir. And how many people have achieved getting their experience to be the same all the time? You see, nobody owns the truth, do they? Right? There you have equal access. That's called the Satguru, the inner guru. It's teaching us all the time. No experience stays the same. Except the spiritual person has some idea that says, yes, but the spiritual experience will stay all the time. No, it won't. The mystical experience will stay all the time. Not a chance in heaven or hell. So only when we start to see this really clearly, can come to grips with this fact that experience is changing. In fact, that's the beauty of experience, that it changes. That's the richness of experience, that it changes. That it has an infinite capacity to change its texture, its tone, its color, its feeling, its taste. When we can realize that all experience changes, including all of the high experiences that spiritual people are looking for, the so-called mystical experiences, that those are not immune from the law of impermanence. All experiences change. And don't get me wrong, I like a nice spiritual experience as much as the next guy. Mystical experiences are particularly compelling, you know. It's just that they don't happen to have anything to do with what enlightenment's all about. They have to do a lot with what mysticism's all about, but very little to do with what enlightenment's all about. What the freedom of enlightenment's all about. Because, of course, the enlightenment is the freedom from this endless tyranny of experiences. It doesn't mean you don't have experiences. That's part of the beauty of being a human being, is having experiences. But it's to finally find that within oneself, which is unchanging. Then the changing of experiences don't matter. High, low, doesn't matter. So I could guarantee you, and I'm sure a number of you already know, that that which is ever present, that which enlightenment refers to, which awakening refers to, is actually present in this moment as it's ever going to be. It will never be more present than it is right now. So awakening is a little bit misleading, because awakening is almost like I had my eyes closed and then I opened them and saw something different. But it's not really like that. It's like you had your eyes opened and you didn't realize what was right in front of your eyes. In fact, what more to the point is, you didn't realize what was looking out from your eyes. Because for all of us, this basic fact of wakefulness, this basic fact of that wakefulness that's peering through the persona, peering through the two little holes in your eyes, this basic fact is ever present. This is almost always overlooked because it's so easy to overlook. There's nothing easier than to overlook than the truth of what you are. It's the easiest thing in the world to overlook, because what's looking out through you is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not the nothing of the mind, not that idea of the mind that says nothing as in like an empty cup or an empty jar and a lack of something. Not that nothing. The nothing, if you remove that idea, that nothing. That which has no form, no substance.